Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And yes, this is your second replay video of the day because we had so much news to get through with last week's decade anniversary event dev blog and a couple other new ship dev blogs and balancing changes dev blogs we had. Both replays got pushed back to today. Now, this is a replay that it's pretty interesting. So, our hero of today's replay was actually, there's two of them. You have the Great Weave in his Massachusetts B, and then you have Yak here in his Tirpitz B. Both Black Friday ships, right? So, the email I got with this set of replays, originally it only contained the Massachusetts replay, Great Weave's replay. And then he sent me his buddy's replay saying, actually, you know what? His point of view is a lot better. You should show his off instead. So shout out to the Weave for giving up the spotlight for his buddy here, Yak, in the Tirpitz B. Now, I don't know exactly what happens in this replay. I do have an idea because, of course, most emails contain a short description of what happens. But I believe we are about to see quite a bit of a carry here, given the state of higher tier Warships. And this is a higher tier game, obviously, it's a tier 8 game. And as we all know, these matches tend to go one of, well, really just one way nowadays. They're usually incredibly one-sided. So I believe we're about to see a Herculean effort here between Weave and Yak. And look, an AFK Colorado to start things off. What a shocker, right? Although I did think we just saw his turrets rotate there a little bit. So he might be present. But anyway, this is a live reaction replay. So it's like I am sitting there with you, in your bed, in your walls, on the toilet with you, snuggled up next to you, watching this together as I speak into your ear. So you guys get my joy and live reaction to whatever it is that is going on in the match. Opening up on a very optimistic 20-kilometer shot on the Colorado. Now, Yak's Tirpitz does appear to be secondary build. He has Luchas, look, it worked. He has Luchas as a commander, full secondary build, 11.5 kilometer secondaries. Yep, there's the manual secondaries. So this is a properly built Tirpitz, which isn't something that does overly well in like your average World Warship game nowadays. Obviously, you know, tier 8 ships get up to tier 10 all the time. Tier 10 is very passive, very, sit in the back and snipe type of tier. Tier 8, not that much different, but this is a mix of a tier 8 and a tier 7 match. You get a little bit more of a little bit closer there, although of course tier 8 games can be incredibly standoffish as well. But we might be getting our first, yes, there we go. Oh, what a match already. First blood is a close quarters expert. Beautiful, beautiful. That is a sign of a good match right there, boys and girls. But yeah, so Tirpitz is a fantastic tier 8 premium ship. I would highly recommend you guys pick her up if you do like secondary brawlers. Great for stuff like tier 8 ranked, tier 8 brawls. Fantastic ship for that. Maybe only like the Brandenburg would be like a little bit better at brawling, but Tirpitz still great ship in 2025 for those things. And let's see, Colorado, kind of angled-ish from 16 kilometers away. Yak's being pretty smart here. He's not just diving right on in to the action. A lot of secondary Battleship players, they don't wait long enough for the match to degrade to the point to where you can get in there and brawl. You gotta be pretty cautious. You gotta pick and choose your moment. You gotta let a couple of ships get sunk, and then once you see an opening, like once you see, okay, this flank's destroyer is down, I can go ahead and be a little bit more ballsy. I know where their cruisers are at, so I'm not gonna get farmed out. I'm not gonna get any surprise torpedoes to my face, which Yak does know now. And there goes the friendly Mahan, because he, of course, sunk the destroyer on this flank. The Torigo and the Akatsuki have been spotted along with the mass. They're all up north at the sea cap, so he knows down here there's no destroyer to surprise him with torpedoes. He knows that the Mets was last spotted north of the cap, and the Mets doesn't have torpedoes anyway. So those are usually the things that trip up most brawling battleships, right? You just walk into a face full of torpedoes. Nagato's got sunk, unfortunately, by the Florida. And we do also know that this Vladivostok is, he is a little bit by himself, boys and girls. You see the Colorado, the Messenger 44 way back there. Vladivostok has overextended by a little bit. Looks like the Vacalin here is probably going to spot him here in a second once he crests this island. Okay. Hello, Mr. Met. Speaking of the Mets, broadside. Oh, Weave. Absolutely dropping the sledgehammer on the Mets there. Nice shot, dude. West Virginia 44 has approached. The Doom Turtle waddleth closer. Alright, that's a pretty good salvo there. 7k off of the West Virginia 44. There's the Vladivostok who has turned around. Okay. Now, this is a situation I would definitely turn into and push. You got Vladivostok, West Virginia 44. You got a healthy amount of your team here. You have a destroyer with you. You have your buddy in the Massachusetts. So yeah, this is a go for it situation here. And plus, looks like the Vladivostok showing a healthy amount of cheek right there. Secondaries are starting to get off on the Vladivostok. And the Vladivostok's also bow in, which means he's stuck. Because Soviet ships, larger Soviet ships, their citadels are exceptionally well exposed from the side. So, angled in, they can tank for days. But they can't turn once they're angled in. Otherwise, you're going to absolutely delete them. So, Vladivostok is stuck there now. You saw he's angled bow into Yak's team. So the man is stuck there. Now, he can survive there for a very long time. Don't get me wrong. They're tough ships. You get the fast cooldown of the damage con. Harlem gets taken out by the Yarosveld. Ooh, Colorado is now deceased, unfortunately. So, 4 of the friendly teammates are down compared to the 2 enemy teammates down at the moment. So far, both of the enemies that have been sunk by either Yak or Weave. So, yeah. Alright, West Virginia 44 is looking like he's trying to push down, potentially get at the side of Yak here. Yak is slowly approaching Vladivostok, pretty steeply angled, another good thing there, but Soviet AP doesn't really care. See, another thing too is that he's not trying to get all of his guns, all of his secondary guns on the Vladivostok. He's not showing him enough cheek for him to really start ripping HP off of the turrets, so he's playing that very smart. West Virginia 44, however, is not playing it that smart, showing Yak his complete broadside. Shots out, and good hit on the West Virginia 44. Unfortunately, couldn't get through all the fat to get to the Citadel. That's very hard to do with the West Virginia 44. She is, large and beautiful. So, but good hit, though. Okay, double fire. Pops his damage con there. I maybe would have held that till the West Virginia 44 went down because he has those rapid-firing American secondary guns. Great fire starters there. Alright, going to get another set of shells off on the West Virginia 44. Vladivostok, I believe, is about to learn the Turpitz' party trick, which is her torpedoes. There we go. Torps out. They are going to arm, and... there we go. A little bit of... double strike there, too. Beautiful. Vladivostok and the West Virginia 44 down for the count. Oh, that was amazing. Got him down to 154 HP. That one tick of flooding got the Vladivostok. Secondaries finished off the West Virginia 44. Beautiful. Alright, so 3 ships down for Yak, 1 ship down for Weave. If you're good at math, you might notice the 4 ships that have been sunk with the enemy team are all due to Weave and Yak here. You might be noticing a trend. Alright, Colorado, 7.6 kilometers away, stuck within the secondary range of a Tirpitz. He's not going to be around for too much longer. Main battery guns, forward main battery guns are out. Enemy Massachusetts sinks the friendly Torigo, so very sad. Colorado taking aim at the Hipper, and, that's actually not bad for a Hipper being shot with big guns. I was expecting him to explode in fantastic fashion. Alright, Yak also picked up high caliber there too, if you guys missed that. Alright, getting his broadside back on the Colorado. Weave takes out the enemy Moss. Oh, HE, really interesting indeed. I would have kept AP loaded because you can chunk the Colorado with the AP. Colorado might have popped damage con and I missed it. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds more along the lines of what I was expecting from the Hipper there. I think Colorado popped damage con, so that's why he's gone ahead and swapped it over to HE. Not a bad call in that situation. And there we go. Cool guys don't look at explosions. And that is his 4th kill of the match, ladies and gentlemen. And despite him getting a crack in, and despite Weave also having 2 kills, and yet again, if you do the math, every single enemy ship sunk with the enemy team is due to Weave and Yak. They are still tied for... there you go. Weave has secured another kill there. As the enemy team does the same. So despite Weave and Yak sinking the entire enemy team so far, they're still tied for kills. The rest of the friendly team has not managed to sink anything yet, which is something alright. And as you've seen, Yak's done most of the damage to these enemy ships too. It's not like they're securing kills. They are getting these kills. Alright, HE out on the Torigo. Oh, come on, Turpits. Make this hilarious. Oh, God. I'll say, if he, nukes Torigo from 20 kilometers away at the Turpits, my God. That would have been beautiful. Looks like Weave over there, unfortunately, has eaten a daily dose of torpedoes. I think that was from the Lexington there. Weave is currently also fighting for his life against the Lexington. He's been bullying him the entire game. But now, Yak has arrived to deal with the Massachusetts B. He was HE loaded as the Massachusetts is bow in to his Turpits. 15-inch guns cannot overmatch 32 millimeters of armor. So again, good call there. Now we have the Florida that's been murdering the friendly side, approaching from the north. So we want to keep an eye on him. Mass is going broadside. I believe he should have AP queued up. And he does. Okay, cool. Alright. So Mass is about to get within Turpis' secondary range here. Any fires there? Unfortunately, no. 3,700 HE alpha damage. And here comes the planes from the Lexington. Weave is doing a good job of kiting the Massachusetts into what's left of his friendly team. He's probably mainly trying to kite him into Yak, because, again, they're the two that have managed to kill something this match. Alright, secondaries are going on the Massachusetts. And we should see, I believe, yeah, no, Lucian's skill popped a long time ago. So he's got that buff to the reload time of his secondary guns. Alright, main battery guns out. There's some torpedoes from the Akatsuki. Unfortunately, you only got an overpin on the mast there. The rest bounced or shattered. Alright, so the Akatsuki is around here now. And again, if you notice, Weave's been changing his rudder, changing his speed, threw off the torpedoes. Alright, so Mass is down to a little bit under half health at this moment. He's having to choose to angle between, well, either Weave, Yak, or the Hipper. Looks like he's going for the Hipper here, though, with his main battery guns. Shells out from Yak. Good hit there. And there goes the Hipper, ladies and gentlemen. Shells coming in from Weave, and there we go. Secures the kill on the Massachusetts. That's one that they can share. They both torn that Massachusetts pretty good. Unfortunately, as you can see, the cap is still being captured by the Akatsuki. Alright, Weave launching his plane to see if he can spot the Akatsuki. So we are... Oh, there we go. There goes the Saipan. So it is now 3 versus 4, ladies and gentlemen. Is the Akatsuki's torps, and the friendly side just lost their carrier. So that's a huge tactical disadvantage just late in the game, especially when the enemy team's carrier is still up. It's a lot more spotting, a lot more damage potential with their carrier being up and the friendly side's carrier being sunk. So, okay, Akatsuki has left the B cap. Fortunately, they have managed to hold on to the 2 caps for most of this game. The points are flipped. The red team's points are the friendly team's points, so they are behind in points right now, but they are starting to catch up. Why is it flipped? Replay glitch. They haven't fixed it for some reason. Alright, here come Lexington's planes. I know the Lexington's absolutely just drooling looking at Yak here in his Massachusetts. Weave takes down the terror that is the Florida, so now it is 3v3. Because the Turpit's terrible AA, like most of the German ships. So that's the 8k done to his Turpit's via aerial torpedoes. Looks like the Lexington's then going back after Weave in his Massachusetts. Alright, so we got a Vacalin up. We got 2 battleships up on the friendly side. Weave in his Mass. Yak and his Turpits. Akatsuki, Torigo, and a Lexington up on the enemy team. That's very bad. Because obviously the Akatsuki and the Torigo, much faster than the Mass and the Turpits. So they can just run around and take the caps, which I believe that's what the Torigo's probably doing. That's what I'll be doing if I was at Torigo. And some Akatsuki torps here. Looks like he's going to dodge all of them except for one. He still has... Yep, there we go. Pops one of his remaining hills. There you are, Mr. Lexington. How are you doing today, sir? The Vacalin is trying to cap. Well, he is contesting the cap, which is great, which allows the enemy, the friendly team to catch up. And there you go. The Torigo's in the A cap. Akatsuki's in the B cap. That's what I suspect, at least. So now, even though they are securing the C cap, they're going to lose the B and A cap. And of course, by the time you get battleships turned around, that's just again, they're just not that fast. All right. But again, seeking this... Oh my god, poor Vacalin. Down to 380 HP. Of course, if they can get the kill on this Lexington, that's a huge up for their side. But, of course, if the Vacalin goes down here, which it looks like he very well may, there goes their spotting on the Lexington. Shots out. Oh, beautiful shot there. 18k to the Lexington. Here come the Lexington bombers on the Vaclin again. Is he going to miss? The French destroyer, very loosey-goosey. Is he alive? Is he alive? He's alive. He missed. Okay, looks like you kind of scorched him there a little bit with 80 damage. Alright, shells out on the Lexington. Oh, beautiful. There's Kraken Unleashed for Yak. And you might notice Weave also has Kraken Unleashed, which means, yes, ladies and gentlemen, of the 10 ships sunk so far, these two have sunk all of them. Alright. Vaclin's still up, though. Here comes the Lexington plane. But, of course, the problem is here, there's still 2 destroyers left on the enemy team, and their destroyer's pretty much dead. And he can't really go and do too many contesty things. But Weave is in the B cap. The Akatsuki looks like he's kind of stepped out of it, although, I mean, yeah, again, the Akatsuki can just walk up to the Vacuum, sneeze on him, and then there you go. And as you hear the announcer saying, the enemy is about to win, but I believe, again, since the points are flipped, it's actually the green team that's about to win. Maybe. Again, this is still anybody's game. Lexington planes are still up. He's probably hunting down for that Vaclin. 1 rocket, and that's more than enough to sink the Vaclin. Will he find him, though? Or he's probably just keeping them spotted for the destroyers. Which, I mean, well, the destroyers can spot him anyway, so I'm not sure why he's doing that. Alright, cool. Weave has recapped the C cap. Very nice. Once the Torigo and the Akatsuki link up, that's obviously a lot of torpedoes. Akatsuki is somewhere within the Turpus' detection range. Not saying too much because the Turpus' detection range is massive. Random torpedoes being tossed. I like that attitude. I swear to God, if one of these destroyers eats one of these torpedoes. Alright, 9 out of 10 points on the friendly side. What are the destroyers going to do? It's like they're trying to take out the Weave here. Weave is healing up from 9,000 HP. He's got, you know, that Massachusetts heal. That is a very good heal. Quick cooldown time on that heal. And that's probably what's going to save him here. But the Akatsuki's back in the B cap. He has scared Weave out with the torpedoes. 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. We're at, you know, around 100-point differential. If that... Oh! Oh! He got him! I didn't even see that the Torigo was spotted. Alright, cool. So Weave takes out the Torigo there. CV, if he'd waited like 2 more seconds, would have seen the Vaclin there, and he would have been able to take out the Vaclin there. But look at that, boys and girls. Double Kraken, 6 kills in the case of Weave over there. And yes, 11 of the 11 kills this round belong to Yak and Weave and their 2 battleships. Nobody else on the friendly team sunk a single ship. And again, as you saw, they earned those kills. And look at these achievements, rightfully so. We have 3 general offensives. We have Brothers in Arms, Strike Team, Dev Strike, Double Strike, Close Quarters Expert, Dreadnought, well earned, Kraken, Division Kraken, First Blood, and High Caliber. Alright, so 281 secondary hits, 5 ships sunk. Let's look at these base XP. My God. Weave up here with 2,900 base XP. Yak here with 2,500 base XP, 6 and 5 kills. And again, not nary a single kill on the rest of the team. So, yeah, the absolute state of the game in 2025. Keep in mind, even though these 2 guys sunk the entire enemy team, it was still neck and neck until, what, the last 3 minutes of the match? I mean, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's like, god dang, how hard do you have to carry nowadays? Usually when you see ships putting down this levels of numbers on your team, usually, you know, you got a pretty good lead at the start, but hey, again, what are Warships in 2025? But what a match. Weave, Yak, absolutely great game there, guys. Thank you so much for sending it into the channel. Yak, thank you for providing your replay to Weave so you can send it to me. If you have a game, especially, oh, by the way, this is an E. This is easily an E, by the way. If you, of course, have a match like this, please send it into the channel. Link to the emails in the description down below. You can also submit it via the Discord. We do have a replay submission channel there on the community Discord, and there's a link to the Discord down below as well. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful rest of your weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.